Low loves the kids, bro. Loves kids. Well, my kids.
Man. Oh, okay, you're lucky you say that because you know what I was gonna say.
Yeah, don't even.
But not your kids, though. Fuck them.
Yeah, if it was. Oh my god. Gravy, what the fudge is up, bro? Feels like we haven't been on this motherfucker forever. Feels like we hasn't been long enough.
Man, we're celebrating birthdays and quinceañeras and our 40-year-old quinceañeras.
40-year-old quinceañeras? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
40-year-old quinceañeras.
Nah, we're chilling with it.
What is it?
We got a lot to talk about, bro. We haven't even got to analysis, draft, sacred inner feelings draft analysis amongst the three of us. If somebody didn't party too hard on their birthdays.
I don't know if they party too hard, but I know that, you know what I mean, they doing their thing. I'm not upset. You know what I mean? Not upset at all. Gotta be happy that my boy, gotta see another B day.
I woke up with this back sounded like popcorn. Get used to that shit. It sound like popcorn when you get up in the morning. Get ready, Lo. That's the way it sounds like.
Get ready? What are you talking about?
You already feeling like that? I just not feeling like that till like.
Bro, I'm already there. What are you talking about?
Like 53 or something like that, bro. 53 or something like that.
I'm already there, big dog.
Not 40. I know you got back problems and shit, from working.
Well, I mean, I've been working, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, speaking of the back pop. Speaking of the back pop.
What?
You hear this?
What
up?
Shit
for the back pop.
You said
on time.
The 40-year-old quinceañera you had over there, bro.
What?
How do you say 40 in Spanish? No, you're not 40?
I don't know. 40? Nah, what are you talking about? No, I'm like 20.
Oh, he's like that already. He's lying already at that age.
He's lying.
I'm like till I was 50.
He already has dementia, bro. Check him out. He already has dementia.
50 for years already, bro.
Happy birthday, Gabe, man. You know what? For some reason, though, since that day, my back hurts, my knees hurt.
I told you, Lo.
We were just talking about that. You just saying that shit.
Right after that day, he's like, "Fuck, I got old. Your body's
some oil. I need to oil my joints."
He's everything hurts.
The check engine light came on when you're 40, bro.
For real, man.
Check engine light.
You gotta get that up, bro.
I got a misfire, dog. Fuck.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Gabe. Since I got to take space, bro. Happy birthday, homeboy. Hope you had a great day. Great evening.
You guys don't know.
I am big 4-0 for sure. Yeah.
My boy just turned, what was it, the 28th?
29.
Yeah. 28 plus 12. 28 plus 12.
39.
No. When was your birthday?
Just say 39, Gabe. Next year is 39.
It was Monday.
It was Monday. Okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to see where. So my boy just hit the 4-0. Hit the 4-0 with Brother Lynch, huh?
39.
On 28. On 28.
Allegedly.
All right.
Allegedly.
How was it? So everybody in the chat, man, tell Gabe happy birthday, man. We're gonna be saying. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that shit on the banner right now.
I was just chilling. Fucking. We had some fucking dinner. Fucking, we ate some barbecue on fucking Sunday, and then on Monday I didn't work, and so fucking my girl took me out to fucking eat too that day. So I was like, all right, cool, shit. Fucking ate good both days. But then this Saturday, for the fights and shit like that, for like the Canelo fights and all that, the Canelo fight, we're gonna have like a barbecue right here at my house. So we're gonna have just a fucking whole family come over here and shit. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get faded.
So I'm saying it, bro. Tell the wifey to take a bunch of videos.
You guys might get some videos on Saturday night.
Hey guys.
No, yeah, bro.
You might get some videos on Saturday night. Me fucking singing or something, dog. You might get some videos for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking
Gabe in the house.
tearing it up. I'm gonna be tearing up the dance floor and fucking tearing up the mic and everything, dog. I'm gonna be
Drop
fucked
it, bro.
up.
Drop it. Drop
40,
it.
dog. You only turned 40 once, right?
And we're gonna make some requests though. We're gonna make some song requests, dude, for next Saturday for Gabe's performance.
No, this Saturday.
This Saturday coming up.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some requests that Gabe. Have you heard Gabe sing karaoke on the shows before? You probably know the songs he likes, bro. So let's get. I know he's down with all the Spanish shit, bro. He can do all the Spanish shit. But anything old school a little bit, you know, he's 40 years old. He knows a little bit of the early 80s, 90s stuff. So,
bro, I know fucking a little bit of everything. I like a lot of music, dog, a lot of different type of music, and I don't know what it is with music, but I learned everything, dog. Like I learned all the fucking music. Like as soon as I hear it, like I don't know what it is, but that shit gets like if all school was music form, I would have fucking been the genius right now. I would have been Elon Musk, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know how I know I don't know how I know every single rap lyric to so many songs, but and different lyrics to shit, but damn, that's what I'm saying. If school was song, I would have been.
I'll tell you this, bro. If I was on that Name That Tune, there used to be a show called Name That Tune. You remember that shit, Gabe? I know, Lo. Yeah, I know you remember that, Lo. I would have aced that shit, bro. I would have aced one little note, boom, I would have got it. I used to do it.
Nah, but it's cool, man. But I'm gonna get fucked up. Everybody's already telling me what kind of bottle I want. I was like, fuck, man.
Like that, bro.
You're gonna be doing backflips, watch.
Already.
So generous.
Like, you know how many people have asked me this already, and I'm like, by the time I get done before everybody comes over and asks me, I'm gonna have like fucking a whole bar. Dog, what the fuck?
I mean, I kind of want to see it, bro. I kind of want to see. I actually really want to see it.
I know I'm gonna pace
myself, bro. We talked to Miguel. Let's see the other Mike. We're gonna talk to them and say, hey, what's up? Yeah, take some pictures. Get some video of Gabe and send it to us, and he don't even know what it's about. And then the next show he comes to that Sunday show, he's gonna be looking at his ass. That'll be great. We love that. That'll be great.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool back here. We're just gonna have watch the fights, fucking music.
That's what's up.
Music party, man. Yeah, just chilling. You know what I mean? But how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Chilling.
Still hurting like a motherfucker. All cleaned up, talent out. Still doing my same shit, bro. That's the story of my life.
He's a story of his life.
How you guys feeling about this draft, man? How you guys? We haven't been on since the end of the draft. You know what I mean? So, how you guys feeling, man? Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, and then we could talk about finally, because we've been talking about all off season. Because remember, I would always say currently constructed. I'll always make sure I would say that shit currently. Like we still have so much other things to do. So it's like, but now we can at least finally judge this team after the draft, and that's cool, man. But yeah, man, let's get to the chat for sure.
Well, welcome back, everybody. After the draft, welcome to Raider Nation Live. I'm your host, Lo. We got Coach Gravy in the building, and newly 40. Welcome to the 40 Club. Raider Game, man.
New adolescent of the crew. The new adolescent of the crew.
Yeah. Next to the crew. Man, well, hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. Good, pretty much draft. Seen a lot of content creators putting a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of guys putting in work. Shout out Yerb, Sportsman, Protect the Shields, Raider 805, who else? Pharaoh and Severe, Raider Rundown, Raider J. I mean, all you guys, man. You guys have been putting up a lot of work, man. Shout out to all you guys, man. It's been great. We haven't been live since I think it was the second round. It was third round.
We got on. We didn't get on. I got on a couple of shows Sunday, but that was
we just get to do our show on Saturday. Like we didn't finish the draft on Saturday.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we did like almost a 6-hour live, bro.
No, when Gabe left, I went on for another 3 more hours after that.
Jesus, did you?
Because so we did like 2 and some change, and then I did another 2 and some change, but then Gravy did for another like 2.5 hours after me, and it ended up being like 5-hour live.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was like the morning when we got on later. Hello, one there. Juan came on.
Yeah, it 8 hours long. Like
what? Are you serious?
Yeah. Twine was on.
Combined,
in the morning, bro.
combined it was almost 8 hours.
Transplant Angelo came on. You know he can't stop talking. So shit. we was going at it, and then
Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody in the chat for the happy birthday. Big wishes.
Dude, at 3:00 in the morning, bro, we had 90 people watching this, bro.
God damn.
I was so happy. I was so happy. Like, damn, man, we talking about, and it, you know, Twine. We were all involved. It became like a special show because we were all involved, and we started talking about transplant stuff. And,
gotcha.
And very little, about 20 minutes, and people were asking questions about that. And I was like, hey, we want to talk about football, but we kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I woke up and I seen the live, and I was like, what the fuck? This shit went on forever. And then I was like,
I gotta look at that real quick.
The chat.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. That's crazy.
Maybe hit the oxy and didn't sleep. It didn't work that night, bro. You know what happened?
It didn't work that night.
I got a black.
But anyway, let's get into the chat real quick, man, and then you know what I mean. We'll keep it moving and stuff. Talk about everything, man. You know that's crazy, dude. I have to cut out early a little bit because I got to go take care of my pick up my son from coming back from UCLA. So fingers crossed. So yeah. So anyways. Man, let's get into it. Myro, what's up, man? What's up? Hopefully you've been good, man. I haven't seen you traveling like crazy. Sean Johnson. Sean just sent me a whole list of all the undrafted that we signed, everything, man. Shout out to Sean, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Says, had to leave the bar to stop watching this trash-ass Warriors game. Happy birthday, game. Makes a lot of sense. You and Lo are both Tauruses. Yep. Hey, that's for real. For real.
Yes, we are.
Shit. Yep.
And my last name is Taurus. Damn, I'm a Taurus.
Hey, there's two of me out there, bro. There's two of me out there. That's even worse, bro. Gemini. There's two of me out there. Bro.
Oh my god, bro. Marcus, what up? What up? Crossfade Gabe's loading. Edgar's in the building. What up? What up? Who else in the building? Memo's in the building. Tubby, what's good, bro? Salute to you, man. Arnold in the building. Now Gabe gonna be hella lit. Start singing Filipino songs and karaoke.
Yeah. And Philippines is just like Spanish, kind of. It's Philippine language, just like looks like Spanish.
Hey, Filipinos just, I don't know why, but for some reason, they love karaoke. Filipinos love karaoke, dog. You go to Filipino parties, they sing it.
Yeah. So Rock saying, Genty motherfuckers, Jesus probably saved $100 million signing that dude. Yeah, that's what's up. Joe Ali in the building. What up? What up? All eyes in the building. Cool Kev, what's up, bro? Says, who was saying Genty wasn't elite? Man, a lot of people were, bro. Well, I'm going to talk about that a little bit because some people were fucking mad about that shit, bro. That's crazy. Jack Henner, what's up? What's up? Lauren in the building. What up? What up? Cool Kev Baller is buying Gabe 40 boneless birthday wings. Feliz Cumpleaños, Gabe. What's up? Wayne, what up? What up? John B. in the building. What up? What up?
For real, and they sometimes sound better than the artist and shit like that. I was like, fuck, yeah, sounds better than the original.
I got the Wild Wild West show. All the other AFC teams are jealous of our Raiders draft. Hey, man, Jack, you know what, man? That's some crazy shit. Filipinos love karaoke, Hennessy, and gambling. Oh shit, karaoke machine invented by a Filipino. Hey, but I'm gonna go off of what Kenna said, man. A lot of people are turning around saying that like we had one of the best drafts. People are stating that, you know, that this team has completely flipped the script. If you really look at what we were looking at last year, I had a Kansas City Chief player and a Dallas person turn around and tell me, well, Dallas really doesn't matter, but I'll just take this word from them. But they just said it completely, the Raiders look completely different. And if you're just watching the little workouts and stuff like that, bro, it just feels different. I don't know if this is real. I feel surreal about this shit. Like I'm being dead set like Grady. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm being dead ass fucking for real. It's like I'm watching this shit, but I'm like, I'm like, is this real? Like, I'm fucking for real. I'm being honest.
We got. If I can say, bro, we got super young. We are a young team now. Finally, we got these old folks gone, and we're super fucking fast, bro. Fast, young, and a lot of times, dude, that adds up to good things. And we just gotta be able to get these dudes and mold them to what we want to do. And I think we have the coaches that can do that. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna have our little mini spots right now, but we want to talk about the draft. But I have my ones that I didn't like, but the ones that I did were all the rounds that I like. All the rounds that you should do something. I think we got productive in those areas. Even to start, bro. You know, Janty. You know, he's way beyond ahead of all these dudes that we got. You know what I mean? Way
Fuck.
beyond. But he
Yeah.
might not be faster than Mostart. You know what I mean? Right now, he might not be faster than Mostart, but he bangs and you can't tackle him. And I see that extending into the pros. And then the second round dude, he's just a monster, bro. Just his get. You gotta have a dude like that on your football team. And there's a couple of guys like that we picked up. You know, I wasn't just to get my niche of it. I didn't like the whole sixth round, you know, but I started looking at it and I said, well, you know, it's not wasn't the football player, you know, the Pagoose guy, the big guy in the middle. Yeah, develop him. The dude ain't gonna play fullback for us, and you know what I mean, like he did in college. And we got to win first before we start doing shit like that. To me, but you know, depth in the front end's cool. The two quarterbacks I didn't understand, but I started looking up the athlete of this Mellet guy. You gotta have a dude like that on special teams and shit like that. And then the Tonka kid, the Tonka dude blocking punts and shit. Special teams was a priority with these lower picks, and they're good at that. Their intention is to play that, and I like hearing that from them. So that's what's cool about it, you know. That's the way I feel. The linebacker, we got a linebacker. It was a little late than I wanted to because I thought we could have piled up those 6 rounders. We had 3 of them, and we could have got one of those quarterbacks, and then we could have got the linebacker. Chris Paul was still there in the 5th round, you know. And I know, you know, me and Gay was high on him, and so was our guy that we got, but he just fell to the 7th. And I just thought those quarterbacks could have been free agents instead of. We could have got another linebacker, not a 7th round guy, maybe a 5th. We could have moved up to the 5th and got Chris Paul or something like that. But I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm excited with these guys. They're all athletes. They're all been good. They were the top player where they played at, and I'm excited about it. So I'm not gonna bitch at them.
Gabe,
Go ahead,
Gabe.
Gabe.
Talk to him.
Sure, I like this draft, man. Like, I mean, I think
One more week.
now looking at kind of just like overlooking the whole draft and just seeing all the players that we got, kind of like, you know, diving into a little bit more of them. Shit, really, the only really complaint is, like, I would say going back to back, like Gravy said, going back to back those quarterback picks. But I mean, all in all, like I said, one of them is gonna play receivers, so it's like, and he's athletic as hell, man. You know what I mean? That dude ran, like, I think he ran in the high 4.3s. You know what I mean? So he's fast. It's just I would have been like Gravy. Hope we could have stacked up probably better on 2, like maybe multiple linebackers, but as you know, because it's looked, I think, from outside, but who knows, man? Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they're set on, you know, the linebackers that they do have. You know what I mean? But because there was some out there, you know what I mean? There was some for the taking, and they chose to like double up at wide receiver. They chose to double up, you know, at defensive tackle. You know, even, you know, so it's like they must feel like somewhat like kind of satisfied maybe at the linebacker position, because I know that it's not that they have linebackers there. It's just that we haven't really seen them produce. I don't know if they have confidence that they could probably like coach them up. But as far as the rest of the draft, man, I like the draft. Like, shit, going Ashton Genty, which and you know, on this show we've talked about it a lot. You know what I mean? Ashton Genty was a big fucking, you know, a big topic of discussion on this show. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know what I mean, when we first started talking about him, it was, you know, we were on crack, and we were, you know, you never take a running back that high and stuff like that. It's just, and you just seen, like, after the now when you just get a whole draft in its whole, and you get a top player like that, plus, you know, you address offensive line, you address, you know, the receiver position. It's just, I think we hit it almost every need that we needed, if not every need that we needed. I mean, now it's of course it's you know, coaching them up and, you know, bringing them along. But one thing you can do, what you can't see about these players, dog, like they're all like what those guys that they want, like what they were talking about, like Spytek and Pete Carroll, like they're high character guys who are like, you know what I mean, or just just athletic as shit, man, or just ready to compete. Like even like that Dante Thornton, man, that dude's an athletic freak, man. I mean, he went into the combine and tore it up at the combine, and you know what I mean. It's just I think they see those gifts that he has, bro. He's tall, he's fucking fast. You know what I mean? He looks like he's and then Jack Bed. I mean, just looking at him and just watching more of his story, like shit. It's crazy how live, not knowing him and not being familiar with him, like it's like you kind of like but then like looking at it, it's almost like one of my favorite fucking picks of the fucking draft now. You know what I mean? So it's like, but
not even his story. His story doesn't even make it. I watched him.
No, it's just his play. He don't drop the ball. He don't fucking drop the ball. He works hard, though. Like it's just that's the type of player you want. You know what I mean, for your franchise, because those are guys that are gonna work, and you know, like the effort's always gonna be there with them. You're not gonna have to worry about effort with them. Like it's like, and you know what I mean. He has the ability, bro. Like that dude's big. He's strong. You know what I mean. And those are the type of, I think, receivers that we're going to need, especially with Ashton Jency, because these guys are not afraid to block. You know what I mean. The guys that we already have, and then like even like Jack Beach and stuff like that. It's just I like this draft, bro. This draft was, to me, I know a lot of people had it like solid A draft, and like I was right there with them. I was right there, A minus type of draft, bro. Like this shit was. There's a reason why almost every platform had us in that round, like B plus. I think was like the lowest score, the lowest grade I think any platform gave us. You know what I mean? And it's just, and I was talking about this with the day after the draft, like the day after the draft finished. I was like, to like 10 picks out of the 11 to like kind of be like solid, like liking 10 out of the 11 picks.
Yeah.
And knowing and seeing like even that 11th guy, like that one guy that I'm saying, because 10 out of 11, like even that 11th guy, which is Mallet for me, that guy has a lot of potential still. You know what I mean? His ceiling is still high because he's so athletic. If he could go out there and actually, perfect his routes and be a sure-handed guy, dude, that dude's fucking speed. And you know what I mean? He's like, so, and he played quarterback, so he knows the game. He must be smart to at least have played quarterback. So it's like, even that guy has a high speed. So I like this draft, bro.
Game, I can imagine the shit that's going through Chip Kelly's head with this dude Mallet. I can imagine, because it's kind of like what I like to do. You have a guy like that could do end arounds, he's like DJ Turner, but a better athlete. You know what I mean? End arounds and getting stuff, be able to do an end around and then stop and toss the ball. He could do that.
Well, I know DJ Turner ran like a 4.3 too. I know he ran like a 4.
Yeah, he's fast and all that, but that was what DJ Turner did. And around, this guy could run the football. He knows defenses, and so that's
he rushed for.
He knows
like
how to read defenses. Yeah, huh? He rushed for more yards than he passed.
Yeah,
so both those quarterbacks are in teams that run the football a lot. So that's why you see the 2,000 yards passing, and this and that. But the dudes are 1 pick, 2 picks, and 20 something touchdowns. And that's great to see. But we got it all settled down. But just with that Mallet kid, he's such an athlete, and it's like I can imagine.
Even that quarterback, what are they like? 2-time.
Yeah, he's your authentic. He's your authentic kind of RPO type dude. That you need to do shit like that.
The one that we got after him, the one from North Dakota State.
The one we drafted,
Cam Miller, like he was he's back to back, right?
He's gonna blow AOC out the water. Maybe not throwing right now, but he's gonna blow him out the water once he starts running. And then we got the kid from UNLV that runs that shit. That's even a better pick. I got more excited with that guy. That guy,
yeah.
You guys don't see that offense. I talked about it several times with
I like our offensive lineman that we got in the 3rd round, man. I like
offensive lineman moved up. He moved up now. We can't talk shit about the offensive of Geno being protected. These young dudes have to produce. Have to.
I think they are, dog. I think I see a lot of upside in both of those dudes, man. I just think that they're like Like that guy, Caleb Rogers. That dude's nasty, boy. And for have him at guard to be that big, that dude's gonna be crazy, man. And then what's his name? Fucking damn, that was fucking he's
there's Pegas,
Grant.
Charles Grant,
dude.
From William and Mary.
Goes to the defensive tackle. He's a defensive. He's a big boy.
No, Charles Grant's the offensive tackle. I think that dude's gonna give one of these guys a run for their money, dog. One of these tackles a run for their money when it all said and done.
Yeah, you know what? Talking about tackles, I'm glad. I'm thinking they're working it out right now. Colton Miller, I think, is going to look like he's staying because he was at practice this week. So,
he's staying.
I'm excited about that, bro. That, and then including these guys, man. That's fucking dope. I mean, our offensive line, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It just, I kind of don't even want to talk about it because the simple fact is I don't want to jinx nothing, man. There are a lot of fucking good players on this team now, bro. It's fucking.
We just got to understand, Lord, what you're saying right now. We got to understand that they're young. But no matter what I say, they have to make an impact. It's not, dude, if they're good enough right now to move, if this guy's good enough right now to move to guard, and in the preseason game, he's steady, he's doing shit good and all that stuff, then fine, leave him there. But we're going to be super duper young on the offensive line. And we, at that time, but they're high picks, bro, so they're expected to make things happen. And they're the third round picks. So they have to make something happen. And then that fourth round pick, he's not the Raider Nation, they wanted a big receiver. Everybody's saying this guy's big. He's only 205 pounds, but he's 6 something. That's good. But he's not a super huge. Oh, DK no way. No. He's not that big of a guy. He's just lean, tall, fast wide receiver that we needed to get vertical on all these teams now. We got our worthy that Kansas City has to match up. We could do the same shit like that. He's just not as fast by a millisecond, but we still got that guy though, So he's gonna be. Chip Kelly's probably very happy inside his office, bro. He ain't bitches. No, that's for damn sure. And it was just all around. Besides the 6th round, because I was up in the air with it. I was a high B. I was A plus until we got to the. I was A plus till we got to the 6th round. That was it. But I didn't think they're shitty picks. I just wondered why are we doing this?
Well, I mean, even see, like, look, when you're looking at like who we got, right? Okay, so we have three third-round picks, right? So in the 3rd round, those guys, we have top right now. If you really look at it, we have 5 top 100 players across the board. Because they were all in the 3rd round, right? So that's all top 100. We have 5 top 100 players, man. Out of how many players at a fucking college, bro?
I think Tonka was what? Was it Tonka 108? That's not that far up, or something like that.
Nah, Tonka was a little bit further down. He was a 4th rounder. He was after Dante.
Yeah, he was a 5th rounder.
Yeah, he was a Tonka was
the 4th round. Dante was
the 2nd, 4th rounder. He was our 2nd, 4th rounder because we had 2 4th rounders. We had no 5th rounders, and then we had 3 6th rounders. But I know the end of the 6th round I didn't like, but JJ Peggs to get him in the beginning of the 6th round though, like a lot of places had him ranked higher than even Tonka. You know what I mean? So it's like JJ Peggs, dog, to get him in the 6th round, I think that was a damn fucking steal at the beginning of the 6th round.
Yeah, so I'm looking at.
We didn't talk about Darian Porter. I like that pick too.
Oh,
yeah, Porter's another one too.
Yeah, Darian Porter.
Well, I apologize. Did a good job. I do apologize. No, Darian Porter was our last, so we only got top 3, top 100s. My bad.
Yeah, it was 3, and then our 4th round pick, we had 2 4th rounders.
Yeah, 2 4th round. No, so we had 3 top 100 picks, and then the 3rd round, there were like what 10. What was it? 120? What was it?
95 and 90. No, we had 98 and 99 back to back. So we moved back and we got 98 and 99.
Okay, so hold on real quick. So hold on. Oh yeah. No, so then we did
those
get
are two linemen. The two linemen we got 98, 99.
Yeah, the two linemen and then Charles Grant. Dante was
Tonka.
So we did have top 5 top. I was right. Okay. I hate when I fucking fuck up like that. But no,
Terry Porter was our 4th-round pick. One of our 4th-round picks. Did we have 1 or 2?
We had 2 4th-round picks, no 5th round.
He was a 3rd round. He was a 3rd round pick.
And then
Terry Porter was our 3rd round pick.
Yeah. You know what I was really excited about? Like, even though we didn't get linebackers, I seen Amari Gainer out there ready to fucking work. We got Snowden. That's why I know he's more defensive end and anything like that. But, like, you know what I mean? That's going to give Eichenberg, because remember, Eichenberg was here and everyone was like, yeah, let's do this, that. Like, these smaller guys, they might be able to fit something. They might be able to get some playing time, some good burn, and actually, like, turn around and make some good shit happen. Gravy, why do you keep moving this?
We have Masterson in the front of the depth chart. They have Masterson in the front of the depth chart, currently right now, which is crazy. It's like it's him, White and Roberts are the starters. They're said to be those are the penciled in, not starters, just penciled in as the front of the depth chart. And then behind them are Eichenberg, Bernie, and forget who else. The guy that we just got, Cody Lindenberg. And then behind them, this is just that right now, currently. And they had, behind all of them, they had fucking Amari Gainer.
Yeah, Amari Gainer back. Oh, okay. Shit.
Behind all of them. So it's like, so there's 7 linebackers.
He can't crack Lindenberg already?
Damn.
I don't know. That's how they just have it right now on the Raiders page, like the depth chart. That's how they have it right now. But that shit all could change like crazy because we haven't even got really into like actual training camp. So that's just the way it's marked out down right now. But we're gonna see once all the competition comes around.
So hey, you know what? I was gonna ask you guys, who you guys see that one dude that we picked up from freaking Baltimore? That one tight end. What the hell's his name? Is it Tunyon?
Is it Ishmael or something like that?
Yeah, he's a huge ass
Rocket's
dude.
nephew, Rocket Ishmael's nephew or something like that.
Oh, Ishmael, yeah. Yeah, we got that's
from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Hey, the tight end for Baltimore, Rocket Ishmael.
It's his nephew?
I think because it's his brother. His brother played for us too, Quadre.
Oh shit!
His brother,
his uncle's Rocket, but he's got to be Rocket Ishmael's nephew then, because they're twins. Yeah, they were twins, weren't they? They were brothers.
It was his brother, but Quadre, I think that's Quadre's son.
Oh, let me see real quick. Let me just double check.
They were small.
No, this guy is huge. This is a big old dude.
Yeah, he's huge, but Rocket man was little dude.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on.
I remember the Rocket, man. That was a crazy ass name. Rocket Ishmael. The Rocket Ishmael.
He got it at Notre Dame, bro. The running shit at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Beating USC all the time with Rocket, bro.
Whoa. Hold up. Raiders signed Laki Tassi?
Yeah, we got.
Doesn't that guy come on a podcast?
I don't know what fuck that
LAKITASI?
Laki Tassi? Like Laffy Taffy?
Like Lecky? Or was it I'm tripping. He's a Samoan guy from Australia.
Oh, I thought you said Laffy Taffy.
He said Laffy Taffy. This fool.
He's an international player, bro, that we got.
Let me see real quick. I seen it earlier, bro. Like, I gotta find it. But I'm trying to find that player that we picked up from. I don't think it's Rocket Ishmael's cousin. I really, really don't.
Yeah, it is. We knew already. It happened a week ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I seen some of the tape on that guy. That guy's a huge ass dude.
Like Ishmael.
Nah, it's not Ishmael, bro. I'm telling you, it's not him.
Yeah, the Rocket he wasn't that big, man. He was 5'11", 187.
And I think Quadri was smaller.
Yeah, and then he ran a 4.28 40 though. Rocket. That's why they call him the Rocket.
Yeah. Was a track guy. That's what Thornton is. Thornton's a track guy.
Kadir Ishmael. That's his name. Kadir Ishmael has signed contract with the Raiders. Many recognize his last name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ishmael
Right.
is the son of Baltimore wide receiver Quadre.
Yeah, he's 6'6". No, he's not 348. There's no way, Yerp. Yeah, international player that played 100 pounds, dropped down to 338. Rugby player. Oh, okay. Oh, that's somebody else. My bad.
He's 6'7", 250. Kadir Ishmael.
6'7"?
I never they messing with some big old girls over there, bro. Because them Ishmaels ain't that big. Damn. We put some super duper shit jizz in his, man. We got some super duper jizz right there.
Oh, you're got the name. Oh, yeah, okay. Taki
Lassie, yeah.
Lassie.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Big ups to them, though. Big ups to them dudes that got picked free agency, man. You go.
Yeah.
He lost 100 pounds to get down to 340. That was big.
Happy Wu-Tang Wednesday.
That boy was big. He lost 100 pounds to get down to 348 to play. Damn.
So, man, I mean, shit. It's like there's so much to talk about, and it's like you don't know where to start.
Hey, dog, what's up?
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just like I'm
got
looking at it like,
bro. Let's get out where we got better at, bro. We got
already.
better in a lot of places, man. That we were suspect, and the only thing I have problems with, the only thing I have
we still got 42 million. Still got 42
linebacker.
Million too.
As linebacker, we got to do this with this money that we got. We got to do this now. Quit dicking around with these little, what were they saying? Oh, even shit,
But 42 million, I think that's the money they could play with, man. To possibly Colton. You know what I mean? Possibly money for Colton right there. Possibly getting a player or two. You know what I mean? Like maybe after these June 1st cuts and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, there's still a lot of possibility. Maybe trade for somebody later on during this offseason. The name has been hot for like Ramsey. You know what I mean? There's still players out there on free agency, like Justin Simmons. I know Sportsman has been talking about that a lot on his page on Instagram. So like he wants them to bring in Justin Simmons, which wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest.
No,
man.
it wouldn't be bad at all.
But it's like there's just a lot of things we could do still. You know what I mean? Even with this great draft that we've had. You know what I mean? And it's like, this is the type of shit that I was talking about, like too, like you get players to complement other players too. Like now, you know what I mean? The offensive line looks, more competent. You know what I mean? Now the secondary looks a little bit more, it looks just a little bit better. You know what I mean? I think that's the secondary could just probably use a little bit more depth, but but there's still guys out there. I mean, we still have some guys out there, you know what I mean, that are going to be, battling, I think, all the time. It's just that Justin Simmons would be cool for that safety room, because like other than fucking Chin and Palomao, you know what I mean? Like, we just got guys that are not proven really or anything, haven't done anything yet, you know what I mean? Or just even when they've gotten in there, haven't done pretty much nothing either, you know what I mean? So like it's like that's just a room that we gotta kind of worry about the depth in that room a little bit. The safety room. I know we have last year's, you know what I mean, the guy that we got from Air Force. I don't know if we still have Christopher Smith, but it's like that safety position, other than the two guys that are starting, you know what I mean? It's like we're kind of thin there. And linebacker. But everywhere else, man, I think we set ourselves up to be very, very competitive. And shit, we can make some moves to make us like very,
games with these dudes right here, bro. If these guys play and they make an impact real quick, we can win a couple games with these dudes. I think so.
Yeah.
We can,
with the receivers, we redid our receiving backup right now. We just redid it. And it's starting to look like we got some football players there now. Not the same names that we always kept around and shit. They're gonna be gone. Same offensive linemen that are gonna be sticking around. They're gonna be gone because these young dudes are expected to take their jobs.
Yeah, they already have Beck at wide receiver 2 already. So Trey at the slot, Beck at the 2, Dante Thornton behind Jacoby. Yeah.
Perfect slot. Perfect slot. Perfect slot for you right there, man. That's what you need right there.
What was I gonna say? Fucking there's a lot of undrafted free agents that they brought on too. There's how many there's no linebacker. That's the only thing.
UDFAs?
Yeah, UDFAs. Yeah, they came on.
Well, fuck, they could get like 16 of them or something.
Yeah, they got more than that. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 24. They have 24 plus the roster. 17 of the 17 on the 17-man practice squad. We got 2 more tackles, another receiver, 2 more tight ends. Yeah,
we got a linebacker
they got 2 more linebackers, Jalen Walker and Matt Jones.
Jalen Walker from Indiana, right?
I'm all I see is the name.
Yeah, I think he's from Indiana, Jalen Walker, and I think I forget who else though. But I mean, shit, man. Let's see if one of these guys can become one of these fucking undrafted guys. That's some of these guys can be diamonds in the rough too. So I know, yeah, and they got corners. I know we got 2 guys from I think from USC. I think we got Greedy Vance. In my opinion, I know we got Greedy Vance Jr. And I know we got somebody else too from USC also. The 2 corners.
Nobody cares.
He said nobody cares.
But yeah, we're gonna be good, man. I think we're gonna be.
They play for the Raiders, but I'll be down with them, bro. They play for the Raiders, they make it. I'll be down for a USC guy, but they play for anybody else.
USC guy.
I don't care.
We already got a USC guy out there, man. We have Palomalo.
I'm rooting for Palomalo, bro. I'm rooting for Palomalo. I don't know, man. I think that they paid him, but I think this dude Dorian is the same dude to me. The same dude.
It says right
Dorian and Palomalo, the same guy. To me,
who's that?
Porter is the same guy as Palomalo. In my eyes, faster. But they're about the same.
But Porter's a cornerback, bro. He's not a safety. There's a difference.
But he plays in that Hobbs role though. He can play corner.
Yeah, I mean, so like, yeah, but yet at the same time, Palomalo's never been a cornerback.
Palomalo's a big fucking hitter though, too, man. He puts that fucking fear in.
He's a big dude, so it's like
really, really, really aggressive. But I see the body of Palomalo in this guy. I didn't say he's not going to play corner. I just said I see him more in a role like what Hobbs did.
Well, you do see the up and down. You do kind of see the upside that Palomalo has though too, and shit. And if I wouldn't mind having two type of those guys out there too, because Palomalo, as much as he can hit, that dude can recover really good too. Sometimes you think he's out of the play and he'll be there to make that play. Like he has like that like catch up speed type shit. Like I don't know, like that's something that I've seen in Palomalo. Like even sometimes when he looks kind of burned, he'll get back in the play. You know what I mean? But it's like I see him getting a lot better too, because he's starting to be a little bit more of a ball hawk out there too. So it's like I like Palomalo, like especially with under like with Pete's kind of like tutelage, a little bit of his tutelage there too. You know what I mean? Because you see what he's done with defensive backs too. So it's like I don't know, man. Maybe Palomalo could flourish, man. Shit, who knows? Palomalo, his uncle was at fucking USC when Pete was there. So you know what I mean? So it's like shit. He fucking coached his uncle.
That's what I said, bro. I said we lost a good one when we lost Hobbs. We lost a good one when we lost Hobbs. But I don't know. I don't know if there's ever gonna be a guy like that that can do that. What he did special. I don't know.
Trap saying that Palomar can't cover and he's Hobbs' replacement. Can't hit like a motherfucker, but can't get.
I don't know. I've seen him
I
get
remember
better, a
what
lot
was it?
better.
Was the last when Hobbs
I
was
seen him
hurt?
get a lot better in coverage. I know he started off as trash in coverage, but he's gotten a lot better in coverage.
Yeah, but I remember when Hobbs got hurt and everyone was saying that he was coming up and playing the slot position and stuff like that. But that's when
I was scared when they put him in as a starter, like take over as a starter. I was scared. I was like, damn, Palomalo could hit, but I don't think it covered, dog. Like he's gonna give us problems. And he was making some plays, dog. Like he surprised me a lot. Like he surprised me for sure. Like and I just think that with Pete's kind of tutelage a little bit more, like getting him, like, you know, just getting him in right spots, getting him, you know, dealing with like his, you know, his hips type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I just think that those little things, you know what I mean? With those little tweaks in the player count a lot in the NFL. Dog. Like those little tweaks, when you can get a player to like, that's where the coaching comes into place. Because a lot of these guys are athletic freaks. Dog. Almost all of them. They're almost all fast. They're almost all fucking strong. They're all like that. Dog. So it's like that little extra work that you put in, that little that coaching, and then that better coaching, like especially when they have a track record of it. Like that's what gets me excited for like a Palomalo and these like even a Porter. You know what I mean? Even a fucking Ja'Cory and Bennett. You know what I mean? Like it's just. Yeah, these guys are gonna be, you know what I mean? And even the guys that we got, like the two corners that we got, like the Lonnie Johnson, and I know Lonnie Johnson's probably gonna play a lot of special teams, but even when they have him in, you know what I mean? Because when your number is called, you gotta be ready. You know what I mean? I just think.
Well, think about it like this. Overall, when Pete Carroll came to the Raiders, it was in January. It was like January 24th or something like that. And the Palomar was signed a month later. And then they signed Phillips and then waived cornerback Isaac. But he was the first signing under, you know, Pete Carroll. So Pete Carroll obviously likes him. Already, you know what I mean? See what he was putting on tape, stuff like that. And even though we kept what's name as our defensive coordinator, obviously he was looking from afar and stuff like that. So with that size and hitting hard, you know what I mean? Not saying it, but you know, I've always loved Cam Chancellor. You know what I mean? Playing that like. Kind of like that. I've always felt like he was like a joker on defense, bro. He never really could cover, but he would be at certain places of certain parts of the field, you know, making some great fucking hits, bro. So hopefully he can fall into that role.
Why he's a safety. That's why you put him at safety. You don't put him there where Hobbs was at. That's why I was expecting this dude Dorian, because he does that. He can cover and he hits good, stop the run.
Well, because he's a cornerback, Yeah,
he's a corner, but he could play. Like Hobbs, when you put him on top, he wasn't that good, but he was such a good athlete, he made it up. But Hobbs
did Porter ever play safety?
Who?
Porter.
I don't know. I'm saying he's a corner, but he could play where Hobbs was at and cover and stop the run at the same time.
Okay. All right.
As a rookie, as a rookie. Because when Hobbs went up top and covered, when he had to spell for JB, we didn't have no other choice. And then he sucked at it. He wasn't good at it, but that's all they had, bro. As far as athleticism, is that Hobbs was the best athlete on the field, and he can make up for that shit. Playing corner, wasn't a corner, bro. He was a slot corner. So Porter could do that. I hope Porter could do that what Hobbs did. But like I said, we lost a good one with Hobbs. That's one of the guys I think we could have kept around. But guys don't special like that. He covers. But even though how much the middle of the field was open, I used to watch. Hobbs was doing his job. Somebody else wasn't.
So no, like they have pretty much right here on ESPN. They have Jeremy Chin as strong safety, Palomar as free safety, Ja'Cory Bennett and Eric Stokes at the start, and then Porter is going to be right behind Stokes. So we'll see what happens, man, moving forward, man. It's going to look pretty good, though. But either way, like, I think the team is even the backups look good. Like, these are, like, starting players, like, regardless, whatever. And even if if Stokes does start, right, and Porter's right behind him, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he doesn't catch up, or maybe he's step to step with them, you know what I mean? They say, hey, we're going to go with the veteran, so you can kind of get the speed of the game, see what it's about, whatever will not, get some playing time. You have him do some stuff like that, then maybe he just might step into that role. But there's nothing wrong with the good backup, you know. Plus, with the thing of like, you know, Stokes being injured a lot like that, Porter might be seeing some time really, really quick. So we gotta actually like just kind of just watch him develop and just know and hope that like this staff is gonna actually coach him up to where he will be a solid backup or come in for a play or two and not have to worry about stuff. Where like Bennett, just because he had the speed and stuff like that, he looked a little confused out there. At least this way, it's gonna kind of look like they're actually like got something moving forward. You know what I mean? Because like even behind Ja'Cory and Bennett, now they got DCam, right? So, you know, DCam did get a little hurt a lot. Yeah, we got DCam too. So it's like you got those two guys. Yeah,
we signed Darnay Holmes and Sam Webb.
Yeah. So there's like the depth looks pretty good. DCam is going into a second year. I'm not saying he's going to start on the field, but this defense might be a little bit better. He's going to know the verbiage, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Pete's going to sprinkle in his little bit of game, and is this going to change everything, I think. What's up, Raider Knight? Salute. Hold on, guys.
No, but it's like I just think I like what they're building, dog. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them to be able to get this team on the right track, bro. And like you seen like them making some moves during the beginning of free agency where like I think me of course like you weren't sold on, but that's why I kept talking about we still gotta still gotta focus on the rest of. We can't stop there. You know what I mean? We like there's still money available. Like I kept saying, there's still money available, right? There's still the whole draft available. So it's like currently constructed. You know, when we were talking about it, like it looked like that. But then you got moves like you got little moves. You know what I mean? You still got little bit moves after that to where you know what I mean. They signed they signed Devin White. You know what I mean? They signed and then the draft came around and they get a player that especially where we feel like that was probably our weakest, if not, like the weakest that we've seen probably ever in Raider football. Like that was the weakest run game I think ever in Raider fucking history. And that was like the weakest run game ever in history. And to get Ashton Genty, that's what gets me so like it just gets me so like I don't even know like how, like what to think of a fan when they say like Genty was crazy to pick Genty at 6. I understand if you don't agree, like maybe we should have took a tackle here or something like that, but like that to be crazy or like that's gonna come back to haunt us because we took fucking him and all this shit, like that is crazy when you take into account how bad our running game was last year.
Yeah. No, Raider Knight says, would you say this is our best draft in the past 20 years?
I mean, still yet to be seen.
Yes. I would say yes, but very close. But see, look, I liked that year that we got Mac and Carr. All right. I knew that we would have Matt Schaub, and I was kind of a fan of Matt Schaub, but I knew that he was at Houston. You know what I mean? And I thought this was going to be like a resurrection for him, but actually Carr took his job and stuff like that. But that year was kind of one of those years where I was like really, really just full-fledged, playing. I was keeping up with all the players around that year. But for me, that was kind of like, for me personally, this is probably the best draft I have seen.
I think it has the potential to be the best draft, but we've had some good drafts in the last couple of 20 years. It's just that we don't find a way to hold on to players. You know what I mean? Like we don't have like it's like imagine if we would have still had Khalil Mack or guys like that. Like those are good drafts. You know what I mean? And these guys still have to pan out. As much as we like the draft picks, they still have to pan out. So like, do they have the potential? Should be, I think, one of the better drafts in the last 20 years. Hell yeah. I mean, because I like Genty by himself can, I think, kind of transcend this draft by itself. You know what I mean? And I just think like Jack Besh, you know what I mean? That's a solid pick, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if Pete can actually, you know what I mean? Like I said, get that same type of production from like a Porter, you know what I mean? And like, and guys like that. So it's like, they have the potential. I think they have the potential, especially because we hit on almost every pick, and it could, bro. When you can, if this turns out into wins, if like those translate into wins, hell yeah, this is the best pick. Because that's really what it all is about. You know what I mean? Because if these guys they might not have the best numbers or anything like that, but if these guys translate into wins, that's really what matters.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's gonna come, because we spread it out. Like, we spread out the love, dog. Like we got so many guys, and like that's why I say ask this question in 2-3 years, then I think we can. And that's still a little bit of time, you know what I mean? But like then we will be able to give you a better answer. But I think they have the potential for sure.
What do you think, Gravy?
I haven't seen them be in this movement. The movement they did, to get another third was. I haven't seen that in 20 years. I said that when we were having a draft. I haven't seen the Raiders do anything like this in 20 years. Move. I expected to stay at 6, and then I was talking about, hey, move back then. You know what I mean? But moving back from 6 and getting another, we needed the best running back in the draft, and he fell to us, and I was so happy when that happened. Our room has changed differently. We're gonna know this right off the bat what this dude can do. We're gonna know this, and I don't agree with that, Chop God, but. Yeah, we got
Look at Lobby and Genty CMC and B Smoke.
No, he's joking. He might be having sense of humor. That's good stuff now, but that ain't gonna pan out, bro. Right? That dude you might not even hear about that guy. So,
yeah. Hey, there's only one bad thing that I heard. Go ahead.
The one thing I like about Lobby though is like I think he has the attitude that Pete likes. So now let's see if they can coach him up. Because he looks like I agree with that, but it's like he looks like he has that type of attitude that they like, because he's like the dude. I mean, he looks like he's like one of those, like that, those Gruden grinders type, dude. You know what I mean? It's just that he needs a lot of work. Right? He needs to get, especially fucking, holding that ball. That fool needs to be walking around with the fucking ball, every day, you know what I mean? Especially if he's gonna get on this team, because like Europe said, you know what I mean? Like you're saying in the chat, he still has to worry about even getting a spot, because there's guys like Sincere that he needs to fight out for, Raheem Mostert, you know what I mean? So it's like, shit, he might be a practice squad guy when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I see that in him. But he's a Raider, so no matter what I say about him controversially, I hope he does. But the what was the things that you didn't like? We did, Gabe. We got to mention that, bro. Not our show.
Things that I didn't
like. We did. We should have did sooner. Like me, I said.
If I'm gonna nitpick, I would have said, shit. I think Dante Thornton's gonna be really good, but shit, bro, I think that 4th round when he was there, I would have took Shador.
It's a Shador thing.
I would have took Shador. I would have took a linebacker, you know what I mean, in one of those rounds too, like something. But like, I just think that's. I mean, if you're gonna take Cam Miller, I'd much rather take a Shador. You know what I mean? At that point, you know what I mean? Like, because if you are gonna take, like, if they weren't gonna pick a quarterback the whole draft, then I would have been like, okay, fuck it. They, you know what I mean? They're really going with Geno and AOC. You know what I mean? That's just their plan. But their plan is that they do want a backup. You know what I mean? So it's like, and Cam Miller can probably push, AOC. You know what I mean? But it's like, bro, in the 4th quarter, I mean, in the 4th round, when I think everybody kind of like, I don't know if everybody agrees, but I damn for sure know that Shador Sanders is better than a 4th round pick. You know what I mean? Or late. What was he picked in the 5th round, or even in the 5th round? You know what I mean? So it's like we could have used him. We could have got him and sat him for a couple years, dog. Because at the 4th round pick, nothing's expected at that point. I mean, so it's like probably that, and that's just nitpicking, because I like our draft. I like because we did hit every need. I'm just talking about if we took a quarterback anyway, I would have took him there. You know what I mean? And possibly took another receiver late, or Dante Thornton, to be honest, I think he would have been there later in our draft anyway.
I think so too.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I would have took like a Shador there, and we would have still probably ended up with, like, you know what I mean, like a Dante Thorne, and it still probably ended up with the same draft picks instead of like, and not Cam Miller, which I'm not talking shit about Cam Miller. I'm just saying, you know, like when it's all said and done, I think I will go I would say, you know, hands down, I think it's you know, Shador would be the better prospect in that case. But that's probably the only nitpick I would say. But I like our draft.
Yeah.
Or go linebacker too. I would have doubled up on linebacker.
I rather would have went linebacker with those 6 rounders that we had. I rather would have packed just 2 of those to move up to the 5th. And we didn't have a pick in the 5th round, and I would have got somebody like Chris Paul or someone in the 5th. You know, I can't be confident on this guy Lindenberg. And, you know, 7th round pick, he's not going to get a super duper chance to even get in the mix, Gabe. You know what I mean? He's back there, so it's gonna. I don't know. I think we should have moved up more to give. You know, we need linebackers. Maybe they're set with these dudes, and maybe they might play different. You know, with these coaches, but it's still. You know, Patrick Graham. So we know what we're gonna do. It can be nothing different because of a player. It's gonna be the same defense we've been seeing. It's a good defense, but different people. But I just don't see this linebacker making any dent this year or anything. He's not supposed to as a 7th round pick, but a 5th round pick will get a better opportunity than where he's at now.
So who do you guys think we need right now? Before I got to take off here, I just got a question because we're talking about linebackers, right?
We need a linebacker, bro.
So linebacker. So you saying outside or inside?
One of them.
All right. So look,
we got a bunch of inside linebackers right now.
Okay. So then right now the top. Listen. So check this out. The top 4 outside linebackers right now are Matt Judon, Preston Smith, Zendarius Smith, and also Zaire White. So those are the 4 top right now that we could possibly still move on. They're all old. See, this is the whole messed up part. They're all old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather go get
all of them got injuries. That's the reason why they're there.
I'd rather go help our safety. I'd rather go help our safety room then at that point, or our corner room, and go trade for a Ramsey. Go sign a fucking Justin Simmons. You know what I mean? To where like you can play less linebackers out there. You know what I mean? You play a 5-2 type defense to where you only have 2 linebackers there at the time. You know what I mean?
That's so it's like too, Gabe. He ran 4.25 almost all.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe that's his plan too, right here. You know, not even have that many linebackers on the field at all times, and that's why you have bigger safeties like Chin and like kind of hybrid safeties where Chin and Palomalu can play that 3rd type of linebacker role. You know what I mean? Because they're big physical, kind of safeties to where I would go. That's what I'm saying. I would go get like a Justin Simmons. I would go try to go like even veterans like who's guys that are available right now. Like who's the guy that we always say for the Raiders, but he ended up going to the Colts last year. What's his name? He was Dallas the year before that. He's been a fucking defensive player of the year too. He's a fucking he's a veteran, but it's just
Gilmore.
Like there's some
Gilmore.
You know what I mean? Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That motherfucker just the same age as you, bro. He's out there playing. Live.
Yeah, but what I mean is like those are the guys that we can go out there and help for. You know what I mean? And because I think we're gonna play more DBs. We're gonna have more DBs on the field anyway.
Yeah, I think so. So that'll be what, more nickel style defense.
Yeah, more nickel. Play when he plays 4-2-5. You can play. You gonna cover and be able to stop the run too with that. It's not nickel.
Yeah,
that is a kind of in a way, but that's to stop the run. Nickel's to stop the run.
I thought 4-3 was to stop more of the stop the run type.
No, 3-4.
3-4. Okay, my bad.
A nickel, you're bringing in more people at the box. A nickel, you bring dime. Nickel and dime, you bring people more at the box.
Yeah,
in the box.
But yeah, I mean, okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying because if we're really looking at that's really the baddest thing that we really didn't cover. Like at the end of the draft, one of the bigger things that we all wanted on defense was fucking, a linebacker. So I guess we're gonna just run with the guys that we got, man. But I'm gonna try to get back, guys. I'm gonna try to get back, but we'll see what happens, man. You guys have a good show, just in case if I don't, man. Shout out everybody, man. Hopefully you have a good one. Live on Sunday, correct?
Yeah,
we got Sunday, bro.
All right, guys.
We'll
All
be
right,
late.
see you guys in a minute. You guys have a good one. Peace.
for sure.
Yeah. Now we
Yeah,
roll
man,
into
I
the
just-
G&G show. Hour and 4
G-
minutes into the show. We got the G&G show now.
G-
Okay,
G-
Gabe. I
segment.
want to get with man. I should have brought this up when Lois here too, because I wanted to get his take on it. But we can do it next time. This Tom Brady has a lot of information that I don't know what to think about this dude, man. If he's significantly into this, these quarterbacks that from for the intention that I got, what Mark Davis said is that he's gonna look at the quarterbacks, right? Basically, not our team, but our quarterbacks. And the quality that we got, Gabe, you think that's Tom Brady-ish? Or I know it has to have something to do with Chip Kelly, but I don't think his fingerprints are anywhere on this draft at all, bro. I don't see. I see a little bit on Besh. But and maybe the receivers, but I don't see him as quarterback.
You know what I'll give him credit for? And that's, I think, above everything. He hired Spytek. That was his hire. Because that's his homie. That's the guy that got him to.
Yeah,
that was
I
his.
agree with you with that.
That was his college roommate. You know what I mean? That was the guy that got him to Tampa. And I think Spytek had a lot to do with this draft. Well, I think that was the extension of Brady. You know what I mean? And then him working with Pete to get Pete for Pete to be able to get his guys too in here. I would just say that in itself, bro, I think it's big time because I mean I like the Spytek hire, and I was a little skeptical at first, you know what I mean, especially with this first couple of moves. But this draft showed me that he's gonna be a real good GM, you know what I mean, especially moving forward, like what he did in the draft to make up for those, that pick for Geno, and even get another one on top of that, you know what I mean, and then getting more picks, it's just like, and just hitting on every need, you know what I mean. Now, of course, it's up to the coaches to kind of coach him up, and you like we talking about it, he kind of got the guys that Pete wanted, you know what I mean, like Ashton Genty. Pete's always liked his running backs, you know what I mean, like then. You know what I mean? You go out and get, you get a physical, receiver for Geno, you know what I mean, to help out Jacoby and Bowers. It's like, so I think Spytek is Brady's biggest, okay, that's what he did this offseason.
You think it was like, all right, I trust you. I'll let you do what you do. And, after Mark Davis said this, because we know Mark said some dumbass shit, but and I know Tom Brady ain't gonna say nothing, but I just thought am I overreacting here, saying that maybe Tom Brady was gonna have an influence on picking these quarterbacks, and then we went that way. It was different. And
That,
seemed
I
like
don't know.
that he had a
That
hand
right
in that. That he had a hand in that. Yeah.
That's a hit. But I do I cannot say nothing bad about the Spytek hire now, but because I like this draft so far, you know what I mean? So I like that shit. So, and then I like the way that it looks like we're heading in the right direction. Right? It just looks like Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll's gonna right the ship, and that's another good thing too. Like Spytek brought in Pete. You know what I mean? Spytek is the one that kind of brought in Pete. You know what I mean? And so did Tom. You know what I mean? Tom and Spytek had the the things with that. You know what I mean? So it's like I think those are big moves. You know what I mean? Like he might not have had so much maybe in the personnel, which at the end of the day, that could be a good thing too. You know what I mean? Because remember what we were talking about too, like. Brady hasn't been a scout. Brady hasn't been this. So it's like, why the fuck are we remember Lowe was kind of talking about that too. Like, why would we count on Brady to get, to be the scout and all of this shit and be getting the guys for us? You know what I mean? To where I think he made the hires, and then he let them do their thing. I think Brady made the GM, and then him and Spytek then did the coach hire, to where like then after that he just sat back and let them kind of do their thing in the draft.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, bro. You changed my mind with that, because I was getting ready to say, what the fuck is he doing? You know, he's supposed to be involved in this shit. What the fuck is he doing?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
misled
like,
me.
maybe
He misled me.
maybe
He misled me in the first free agency. He misled me, and then I figured, yeah, we're gonna get a guy like Shador High, because all this shit about him, all this stuff about Shador being with them, and all this stuff. I guess what they're saying, the Raiders probably weren't in that mix, you know. But I don't.
no,
I
but
don't
maybe
know
Brady
why.
even knows though. Maybe Brady even knows that like I'm not adequate enough to be picking players.
Yeah,
Like
you
I'm
are.
not good. I'm like,
You are.
yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like that's why he made the Spytek hire, you know what I mean? Because he knows Spytek has his head in those books, you know what I mean? Has his head in that film room, like looking at all these prospects and all the time, because that was his job. He's a GM, head scout at some points, you know what I mean? So that's his job. So I think that's why he was like, I think he wasn't gonna get in over his head type shit. Like he was like, why should I even fucking attempt to like think that I know, you know, like just because, you know, like I watched a couple. I know Brady's not taking his time to go watch all these college games and shit like that, because he has
didn't
jobs.
see him there, bro. I didn't even see him in the war room and shit.
He's an analyst in the NFL, so I'm pretty sure he's getting prepared for that shit all week too. Now, you know what I mean? He has a different type of job. He's an analyst and all of that shit. So pretty sure he knew himself that he wasn't gonna get himself involved with the personnel type shit, and that's why he left that shit up to, you know what I mean, Spytek and Pete, the scouts.
There you go. I like. But you know, as a team,
Rock, I agree that the Shador, I would have definitely wanted him over Cam Miller. That's for sure. But we'll see how that pick turns out.
What the Rock says, yeah, I would have too, bro. You know, I had to be in play. Unless we were one of the teams, I just took them off our. But then we know the connections and shit. You know what I mean? So that just says that Brady, what you said, that Brady said, hey, you're the dude that knows how to do this. You've done it before. You've been in the situations where you've done it. But he's never picked any players. But I thought for his first draft, ever picking legit, I thought he did a good, swell job. I'll give him that. I just think because up to the sixth round, bro, I was A+.
I just think that the Raiders didn't want to get on the bad side of these owners again, because we've been on that side for a long time, bro. The whole time Al was here, you remember that? Like, he didn't want the Raiders to win because like that shit that Al had with the NFL. You know what I mean? When he sued the NFL and won. You know what I mean? So the owners always had something against Al, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if that came into play to where like they thought they had to like fall in line where Brady and like, you know, Mark probably had to think like, you know what, kind of fought to fall in line with all the rest of these teams, because, you know what I mean, if they're not gonna pick them, we shouldn't go against the grain and pick them. And then, you know what I mean, just it's because you know how the corrupt this shit is, for like, because it's been done against us. That's why I was so confident that this shit was always like a owners type shit where they got together and they said nobody's picking Shador. Nobody's gonna pick Shador until we feel like he's fucking can go. You know what I mean? So it's like, and if they would have went against the grain like that, like that would have just rubbed all the owners again the wrong way. And it's just, we've seen it done to us before. We've seen it done to us before when we go against the grain.
Yeah, but are we satisfied? Are we confident, bro, that if something happens to Geno Smith?
I would have wanted
Are we confident if something happens to Geno Smith, bro?
No, I'm not confident.
It's gonna be, Miller, those are different dudes right here, bro. These are different guys, and that's what I was saying. Hey, look, let's get somebody. And I was already saying, okay, Will Howard. You know what I mean? Will Howard. I was saying, all right, there he is right there. We could get, but not at 6th round, we ended up getting this dude this athlete from Montana that nobody knows about except for that.
Cam Miller from North Dakota State.
Yeah, Cam Miller's from North Dakota, But
he's the one that's going to pick, because I know that they don't
one that's
even
going to
list.
play quarterback. He was the one that but
Yeah, but they don't even list Mallet as at quarterback at all. So I know he's not going to play quarterback at all.
Not now, he's not. But he was a quarterback at Montana. I watched the game. He was the quarterback.
No, I know for sure. But that's why I was saying too. But like, they already have him listed at wide receiver. I think that that was kind of like
but how much experience has that at a pro level? We just check it out time, dude. Well, we could have got a better linebacker. We could have got a better linebacker than these two dudes. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he turns out to be like they're saying, if he turns out to be a Julian Edelman 2.0, then fuck. I mean, yeah, that would be great. But like that shit's that's crazy. That's crazy too, though. You know what I mean? That's crazy to think that somebody's gonna be that. You know, because Julian Edelman did also have Tom Brady too as a quarterback too. So that's it also depends.
That's fine, Gabe. But what happens if something happens to Geno? We're gonna bring this slow.
No, I'm with you. I'm not confident in what's behind. I'm not confident in what's behind Geno. Like at this point, right now, I feel like AOC is going to be our backup, and we're going to have to depend on most likely him as our backup, if anything. Like, do I feel a little bit more confident in which the weapons he has, especially with the running game? Yeah, I feel more confident that he could probably get a little bit more work done, but I still am not like, you know, like we need a better backup. Like, do I feel a little bit more confident? I feel, but I will tell you this, I feel more confident in AOC than a Cam Miller. I don't know. I know people are starting to say that like he's gonna beat him out or anything like that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what Chip Kelly thinks about him. That was what might hurt him. Chip Kelly might. It don't matter if AOC can throw the ball better. Cam Miller might be his pick. Cam Miller might be.
I don't think that Cam will probably beat him throwing right now because those two guys. You know, I'm going back to when Mallet played.
The mobility thing is big for Chip. I think
those guys are mobile guys. They can move, and they were basically running offenses, but they're very, very athletic quarterbacks, and I wouldn't blame to see that. You know, maybe AOC got the knowledge and the but you know, this guy can go in there and do a zone read RPO quick. And what excites me more at quarterback is that we got this kid from UNLV, you know, that's a better athlete than Cam. And
that guy Woodyard from or something like that from UNLV, that's the guy we should have picked up too, man.
That's a whole new offense that probably Chip Kelly is amazed about because it's a high-powered, it works, and it's hard to stop. So I mean, if he brings that little bit of shit in the pros, that go offense, if he brings a little bit of that, maybe, and I know Chip Kelly is so creative that he would do shit like that. He probably seen this kid at UNLV and liked him a lot, and he probably has a lot of fucking. But it's hard for these dudes to move up. It's gonna be hard to beat out AOC, and I just don't dig that, man. It's totally two different players. And we're gonna be in trouble if we better hope, Gino, we protect this dude. But I thought we did adequate job getting the offensive lineman. You know, I thought we did a good job with that. I was happy with that. And getting that fast tall receiver, I like that. I liked all the way to the 6th, bro. I was cool all the way to the 6th round, Gabe. And Gabe, we didn't even talk to each other at Sunday. We just left it. I was burnt out and shit. I had a fucking 7-hour live, so I was burnt out a little bit.
Damn.
I hope, but you know, I hope that these guys pan out in the long run. I know when they got picked, and I'm not gonna bitch about them. I just hope the best for them. And you know what else I wanted to say about, you know, Shador Sanders, and I know how you felt about the guy, Gabe. I started looking at it that it was bullshit what was happening to him, and I think it was a league thing, and you know, the confidence part in it. I understand how, you know. Well, I always said, bro, it's a job interview, and And then we start mentioning names like, we start saying things like entitled and things like that. And it was beyond that. You know what I mean? It was beyond that. And his dad and all that stuff. His dad's in the Hall of Fame, and you disrespect him just for what he said. And then we bring up Manning's and all that stuff. And, Manning was a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders in that day. So Archie could have he could have said that. Dion's expectations for his son was probably very high. He felt comfortable saying that to teams about that. But I think he what I hope he does is he takes advantage of this opportunity, dude, and blows the motherfuckers out over there. No, he's better than Dylan Gabriel. He's better than Pickett. He might have a little trouble with old man fucking what's his name, but that's it. Watson gets his shit together. Yeah, he might not be better than Watson, but he could do a push, man, to get up there and put on a jersey, get out there and put on some shit. He needs to take advantage of that and prove everybody wrong that fucked him. That's what I think. That's what I would do, and that's what I would expect. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be. It's gonna be hard, bro. Once he started realizing that he would be a backup, because it wasn't starting situations anymore. Once he went to the third, that was it. So even the late second, mid second, that's not starting anymore, bro. It's backup. So then I would start thinking, well, let's take a chance on this dude. Let's take a chance on him now. But it wasn't like top 10 like everybody else was saying. For me, it wasn't. And I'm not glad saying that. I didn't wish anything bad about the kid, but it got ridiculous. Really ridiculous. The NFL. They got ridiculous. You get players like that just because they have a vendetta against them. It looked like the NFL had a vendetta on him because they thought he was entitled and he was saying what he was saying. He didn't interview well, but he should have known that he should have did that right. And that's the way it is. Now we know. Now they sped the message out. Now you know. If you talk like that, if you act like that, this is how you're gonna get treated. People are bringing up. What's his name from Texas A&M, the other quarterback. This dude, what's his name?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. He was a better quarterback than Shedeur. But he had problems drinking. Everybody knew his nightlife, and he still got picked in the first round. So all the damage that Johnny Manziel had, even though he was a better quarterback, Shedeur Sanders was at least up to that. He shouldn't have got traded away. You know what I mean, Gabe?
Robin?
What's your take on that? You still would have picked him either way, huh?
I would have picked him in shit for damn sure in the fucking late 4th round and early 5th, like for sure. But I mean, it don't really matter now. Like at this point now, because I like the outcome of our draft. Like, and it's a fucked up situation he's in, but at the end of the day, would I have wanted him over Cam Miller? Yeah, but like I said, bro, like I think we put ourselves in at least good position for the future. So that's really what's that's really what's at the end of the day is important, because I know I can fucking be right now saying this and that, but it will get me angry if he does turn out to be very good quarterback, because damn, I'd be fucked up, situation for us. But he becomes actually that guy. I'd be fucked up because we had 4 or 5 chances, 5, 6 chances almost to get him. We traded back twice too. So it's like, but at the end of the day, he's not a Raider. And really the only guys that are important are the guys that we pick. So
yeah, man, I seen in the chat Brady would have managed him. You can't have a 5th round pick with your owner kicking it with him. You know what I mean? Helping him out. You can't do that. You gotta spread the love, bro. The first dude he should have been congratulating is fucking Genty. That's what he should have been doing. And the other guy.
No, but I like that fucking the Genty pick just makes this draft great, because that started off this draft like okay, now let's see which way we go. we could go a lot of different ways, and the ways we went were very beneficial to this team because this offense was bad, very bad. It's like, you know what I mean. So it's like what we did with this offense with this draft, or what we potentially did with this offense with this draft, dog, is like we literally like, especially with trading for Geno too. You know what I mean? That was a big thing. You know what I mean? Because trading for Geno and then like having Bowers in place already, having Jacoby in place already. You know what I mean? Because we are two good targets already, and then you add, you know, guys like Thornton, guys like Ashton Genty, guys like Besh, and then the offensive lineman, bro. Like, yeah, this team is gonna be very competitive. I think the only thing that's gonna be holding us back is how quickly can these guys, you know, get the playbook and all that shit down, because they are rookies too. So some of these guys, it's just that's the only downfall kind of to it, because some of these guys are gonna have these, you know, rookie growing pains. You know what I mean? So, but it's like, but it's just I think that they're gonna be good, man. They're gonna turn out good. They're in good hands. I think, you know, Pete, especially with Pete gonna be here for 3 years, I think that's gonna help out these guys, especially this draft class, because they're gonna have him for, you know, 3 years. I think, and I think he's going to turn us around. I think we're gonna. I don't know about even like I don't even want to be like get too ahead of myself to where like I'm guaranteeing playoffs and all of that shit. I'm just like saying we're gonna be a very, very improved team.
The expectations of Genty and I think Bash are gonna be my standard of them to getting in the games and making things happen. That's what I think. I think Janty has to have an immediate outcome in here, and then Bash could. Dude, he doesn't drop the football. He's known for, you know, catching the ball, snatching it from people, you know, running with the ball with violence. That's what they talk about him. I've been saying about that guy, and that's what I dig. I dig that type of football player, and
we got a big fast guy. We got a big fast guy and a big, like, physical guy, like two big receivers, bro. You got some physical receivers. We're gonna have some big, you know, receivers, bro. Like,
you think with this guy, if he could catch, you think there'll be a Trey Tucker movement or something like that, or what are you thinking there? He's a good guy to have. You know, Tucker's a great guy to have, but can this guy Thornton give him a push or light a fire up his ass? Because there ain't really nobody that did that.
Probably, but I just think that the guy that's probably more in jeopardy is like a DJ Turner. Like, but because we also have,
Turner got cut.
I think he's still on the depth chart. DJ Turner's still there, and then yeah, and then so is so is I think it's who's on the depth chart that I see. I think it's Kyle Phillips, the guy that we signed. Kyle Phillips and Wilkerson.
That's Chip Kelly's guy. I don't know about this.
Yeah, Kyle Phillips. I know that's why. I know Chip Kelly was like, that was like his first, like the first guy that we signed after the Chip Kelly hire was Kyle Phillips. So I know Kyle Phillips is still there at receiver. I know Wilkerson. I know DJ Turner's still on the depth chart. Tucker, now Thornton, Besh, Myers. So
all these guys, all those guys that we got get big plays. They're big play guys. That's what I like.
Competition. There's gonna be a lot of competition too. A lot of competition there.
I agree with all lies. The people that are gonna sit here and think
that's crazy.
That Janty's gonna rush for 1,600 yards. You're tripping. Don't expect that from him.
They want him to be fucking like what he was already day one from like what he was in his senior year in college. Like, I mean, like it's just. I hope so. I mean, it's been done before to where like a rookie has, led the league. You know what I mean? I mean, it's been done before, but that's gonna all depend on how good the line can develop and how good can Colton Miller come back, how good as JPJ and how good as Glaze going over the offseason, because Genty has the ability, I think. But if that offensive line is nasty and it's opening up holes, dog, then it's very. I think it's doable. But it's like I don't want to put those expectations on him. Like shit, like even hitting like what I mean, because I think that like we say there's still Mostert. I think Mostert won't get a lot of carries because Genty's going to get a lot of them. But it's also preserving this guy too, man. He's a rookie. You know what I mean? You don't want to give like, you know what I mean? It's like you want to also not ease them in, but damn, bro, like also you don't want to put too many expectations.
Get them
like,
out banging, but to expect, get them out banging, but to expect this much,
1,600 yards. I think it's all that all depends on the line. We can't just say if the offensive line starts getting hurt or we do start seeing a decline in some of these guys or no development in Glaze or anything like that, then you know what I mean? How can we say, oh, Genty, it wasn't worth it? You know what I mean? When he's breaking tackles, but there's just two guys on him in the backfield. It all depends on the offensive line. That's why, and I think they knew that too. That's why they addressed it back to back in the third round. Third round ain't no low picks. Those are day 2 picks, bro. Day 2 picks are fucking very, very important nowadays. Very important, especially when you're taking a guy projected to like that play tackle, but he's projected to be guard, and then taking a tackle right after that. So it's like those are telling you right there that they're making a big investment into Genty, right? But now it all depends on their development. I think it's doable though. I think it is doable for sure. But like I don't want to put those expectations on it.
Anything over around 700, 800, 900 will be way 100% better than what we got last year.
Crazy. So that they're saying that, so that means they wouldn't even be happy with him getting 1,000 yards next year. Like just breaking 1,000 yards, like that like that's crazy.
They're not gonna be happy. They don't know football, bro. They don't know that. They don't know that. They don't know the mix in of it. Like you're not gonna get the ball he's not gonna get the ball 30 times in the NFL.
I think it's very possible for him to get 1,000, like because
possible that he can, but
rookie quarterbacks that can.
Not gonna run.
I've seen a lot of rookies, but what I mean is like
the team. He's not gonna be the whole offense. He's not gonna be the whole offense. Exactly.
There's a lot of weapons. There's still an all-pro tight end that we had last year. You know what I mean? There's still Jacoby Myers who got his first 1,000-yard season last year. You know what I mean? With trash quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you got a guy like Jack Besh too, who you have to like kind of like, mix in with all that shit too. Like and guys, and then other guys with things to prove, like Tucker. You know what I mean? Because he's good, like you said, guys that are gonna give him a run for his money, like a Dante Thornton. Those guys are speedsters too. So they're not gonna just look at Tucker to be that guy now. So does this put a pep in his step, like you're saying? Does this light a fire under his ass? Because he is gonna give him a run for his money, because now this guy's taller. This guy does have the same speed you have. Now you gotta make your agility, your quickness, your all of that shit stand out. You know what I mean? So that all that stuff has to
catch the fucking
Swiss Army knife type shit that you kind of are looked at to being. You know what I mean? That kind of has to shine. So like, hopefully that does, make him better. This is his third, fourth year now. You know what I mean? So hopefully that's starting to like translate now. But another guy that's still there too, like on the depth chart that I seen, is like that other guy that we seen last year. Remember that I think he came for like the Canadian League, that guy Tyreek McAllister. I think he's still there too.
He made your team just a one play. My opinion, I'm just saying what Barkley did, bro. Jesse's not Barkley. Don't compare them to different running backs. No, can't do that. He got the ball 30 times with the shitty ass team.
I think it's possible.
He got the ball 30 times for a shitty ass team.
But I think that right there is the reason why we can't force it either. Like, because you've seen how Barkley, how they did that shit to him in his couple, like in his rookie season, and then you know what I mean, he started suffering injuries and shit like that because they start like they wouldn't put wouldn't put much emphasis on anything else. Like, you know what I mean, it was just basically Barkley. You know what I mean, at that time.
That was it. He was the only one.
So
He was
it's
the
just
only
like,
one.
you don't want that to
They had
happen.
Donnie Dimes, and they had Donnie Dimes with nobody to drop dimes to.
Exactly. You don't want that to be the situation with Genty. Like, if he's getting it on 20 carries, 100 yards, and he's doing that, then hell yeah, that means our offensive line is doing their job. But if they have to feed him the ball 30 to 35 times for him to be, you know, going out to try to rush for 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards, then that can be a downfall too.
Yeah. There's something wrong if you got to give the running back 30. And sometimes the game flows like that though. But you know, if it gets out of hand and we got a big lead, they'll probably take him out.
He has more options. I think Genty has more options to where, like, I think that's what I'm saying. He has the potential to do that shit because he could, with all the weapons around him, and like if those other guys, if the offensive line, like I said, the offensive line starts fucking playing really good, then and those other guys are drawing double teams like Bowers, and you got Besh that will like come in here and block. Those guys are going to be asked to block. Jacoby, you already seen the type of blocking wide receiver he is. You know, Bowers out there ain't no slouch either. Like, he's a tight end, but people want to. I think people just look at him sometimes, like, even from the outside. I know as Raider Nation, we know what he is, but like, I think a lot of people on the outside don't give Bowers even that much credit. When you see him out there, he's blocking his ass off too. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's like, so I think that's going to help out Genty too. So where if those guys are balling and you know, commanding double teams and the offensive line is playing good, Genty can do that shit because he has the ability. He has the ability to, like, if those guys are doing that and opening up the field for him, he can ball. Shit, he can go out there and get those 1,600 yards that people want to see him get. But to put those expectations on him when we haven't even seen what this offense can maybe be, if this offensive line is even going to be, you know what I mean? We're all hoping that we're all hoping this shit, but we also got to see what. I hate when people start saying, oh, if you don't get this, it's not worth it. If you don't do this, it's not worth it.
Don't listen to them.
Don't
listen to them either.
Especially in football. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's fucking 21 other guys other than that one starter. You know what I mean? And that's just offense and defense. You know what I mean? There's 21 other guys, bro, like that are starters. So it's like, to put that much pressure on him is just crazy to me. Like, to put that much crazy before you even seen anything, like anything of this team. So it's crazy.
Yo, I don't want Genty having Luby hands. That motherfucker can't hang on to the ball. Shit, what are you talking about? Louis ain't gonna be in the mix, bro. Quit that shit. He ain't gonna be in the mix.
Genty is going to ball, dog.
I hope for the dude. I hope for the guy, but he fucked up.
I don't even want to see. I don't even want to
like AP and give him chances. This ain't a fucking chance league. Pete Carroll says you have a problem fumbling the ball, dude. I don't know if we're gonna be around. He's on the cup.
I don't even want to. That's why I don't even want to say what I expect out of Genty. I know he's gonna be good. I know he's gonna be great. Yeah. I'm not gonna put any expectations on him because I expect him to be great. But I'm not gonna say, oh, if he don't do this, then I'm gonna be, then yeah, fuck that shit. Like that, he wasn't worth it. Like, nah.
There you go, my opinion. There you go. That's my boy right here. Rookie of the year. That's consideration right there, bro. A lot of people to go against, though. Serious question. What is it? Come on. Need this bunch of talent on Kiki.
Just gotta be better. Like, we just gotta think better as fans too. Sometimes too. Like, fuck, man.
I'm glad they ain't doing no 2.0. I don't see a lot of these 2.0. I see a lot of people saying shit, but I don't listen to it. But
I think we set ourselves up good too because I think we still got
no 2.0s
the ability to be flexible, dog. Like in like getting guys to be even more competitive this first year, bro. Because this shit is like, I think we're going to like the 42 million still. Like, I know it's still like guys that we have to pay, like Milton, like Miller. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he's the biggest guy that, like, with that 42 million. I think that's probably going to be where it goes at the end of the day when it's all said and done. I think that's where a lot of it's going to go. But just to have that money available and to be able, because he's not going to take that whole 42 million regardless. So it's like you can still end up making this team a lot more competitive. Now we're really young right now, so that's why I was talking about like a Stephon Gilmore, not to even be a guy that depend on the field, a guy to be like a coach on the type field or a coach on the sideline type guy.
Is he a free agent, Gabe?
Yeah, he's still a free agent, or like even other guys, like even a younger guy, like where Asante Samuel comes into play. You know what I mean? Like Asante Samuel Jr. I think he's still a free agent out there.
Jalen Ramsey's better now. We'll make a trade for Jalen Ramsey.
Or even like safety, like what we were talking about earlier, Justin Simmons. You know what I mean? Like there's still guys out there to where I think we could still make our team a lot better. And it would be good to even, like we said, go trade for Jalen Ramsey. That's still, I know it's died down a little bit because the draft's over, but I think that's still a possibility, bro, because I think there's a reason why he wants out of Miami. They're talking about Amari Cooper too. They were talking about Amari Cooper. What do you think about that? There's a lot of talk today about Amari Cooper.
Bro,
we haven't brought that out.
I'm with it, bro. I know all these people that say once a Raider, always a Raider. You know, I didn't like his attitude, bro. But hey, if we get better our receiving core and come back to this and not be the way he was, then I'm cool with it. You know, he's always been that way. He looked disinterested on maybe that's just his demeanor, bro. But he looked disinterested everywhere he played. He looked, even in Dallas, he looked disinterested in Dallas. So maybe that's just the type guy he is. We just had him first, but I'm with it because I know he'll score. We just got to score. The thing, I don't give a shit if he don't get 1,000 yards. I just want 10 touchdowns, 12 touchdowns for the dude. That'll be it right there. We sucked in the red zone. Almost dead last in the red zone last year. On all passing and fucking running. So definitely running. So that's going to change. And that just adds more wins, man. So we can't expect, just get our yardage expectations done and let's say, hey, this dude's going to score a touchdown. He's going to get us some points. That's what we need to do. Because how many yards you gain? Yeah, it's noticeable. People talk about it and all this shit. But you have 900 yards rushing, but you got 15 touchdowns. They're going to talk about you more, you know, in the long run when of someone that gets, you know, 1,200.
I just put in risk.
They're going to say, he got 1,200 yards, but he got 15 touchdowns.
But the only thing about Cooper is, like, I think we should go after, like, DB help or safety help before we go after like another wide receiver help. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I think we would be better off if we're gonna waste some money, go trade for, you know, go trade for a fucking Jalen.
Let's go get
trade for Jalen Ramsey.
Go
trade for, you know,
Asante and Keenan Allen, bro. That's all we need right there. Asante and Keenan Allen.
I don't know. I think Gino can be good with the guys that he has right now at wide receiver. I think we would be better off helping out our linebacker or DB. Getting like, I think we would be better off getting a linebacker or a DB, more DB, because I think there's more talent right now on the free agency list. But you know how there's always trades available or whatever. You never know, whatever that could come out of the blue. But if you can upgrade the linebacking core or DB room, I would be for that more than for Cooper right now. I wouldn't mind Cooper if we bring him in, because that does make us a lot more dynamic, I think, too, because I think him with Gino and it just opens up the game a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because
you can still play, bro. Amari Cooper can still play.
Yeah, and when he wants to be out there and actually be motivated, and maybe that's the motivation he needs to come back to where, you know, he started, but I would probably be more for the other what I was talking about, but I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would rather have a linebacker or a cornerback.
We need to get a linebacker quick. I don't know if I'm ever going to be satisfied on who we get because I know there's not a lot of dudes out there, but got to do something. Got to do something.
Yeah, man.
But
I haven't ate shit. I haven't fucking hungry.
I'm not hungry too. I'm about
dinner right now after this.
Man, my foot start hurting a little bit.
Need some late dinner.
Are you just mad because the Lakers are down? Dante got hurt. You know that.
Who got hurt?
Dante got hurt. Left early in the second quarter.
Luka
got hurt.
What?
His back or something.
I think he's back in. No, I think he's back in right now because it says that he's in.
It's halftime. It's halftime, isn't it?
I know, but it's saying that he's in there right now.
You gotta refresh, bro. He's in the locker room.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, it just happened.
Because it's saying right here, he just made a 2-pointer right now, like the last play. I'm watching it like on this thing right here, the ESPN thing.
They're still playing right now.
Yeah, they're still playing right now.
You way behind, bro.
I'm not watching the game, but it's like it's on the live cast with on ESPN. They're like in the third quarter right now with like 7 minutes left or something like that.
Oh, maybe my phone's fucked up. Yeah, it's been.
The Lakers are down by 5.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm way behind. All right, bro.
Why? What was the last time you seen it? How was it? I don't know. I barely put it on right now.
It was just halftime, but I've been my TV been spinning a little bit, so.
Oh, okay.
It just laid back, but they're already in the third quarter.
Oh yeah, man, this shit.
That's cool, bro. I'm ready to end it.
I know. I'm just looking forward to Raiders, dog. Like.
Me too.
I've never I watch all sports. I like football. I like baseball too. I like going to the games and shit like that. But when it's football on, there's nothing like it. Like there could be everything. There could be a World Series game. To be honest, there could be a World Series game on, Game 7, and a Raiders regular Sunday game. I'm watching the Raiders that Sunday. Like if they're both on at the same exact time and you have to like force me to watch only one, like because there's only one TV and they're like, oh, you have to put it on this channel, like, and it's Sunday and there's like Game 7 of the fucking World Series and it's my team, the Dodgers. I love the Dodgers, but like it's just the Raiders on a Sunday opening day or something like that. Like I'm watching the Raiders.
I know you would. Yeah, I know you would. As much as you love the Dodgers, but it looks like your boys are letting you down right now, Gabe.
They are, bro, but it's all right though.
What a
Giannis is coming. Bro. Hey, now we're gonna form the Avengers next year. Now we're gonna get Giannis this offseason. The Lakers are gonna get Giannis.
Well. You got Luka and he still ain't this shit. You're gonna get beat.
We're gonna get Giannis. And it's gonna be unstoppable. There's already rumors. Because Damian Lillard is probably gonna miss all of next year too.
Who?
Damian Lillard.
Yeah, man. I love Damian Lillard, man.
Up, man. I like Damian Lillard, man. Shout out to Dame. Shout out to Dame, man. Like he's one of my favorite players. That's not a Laker. That's not a Laker. Because he's a Raider fan too, man. Like he is from Oakland. He's a Raider fan, big time Raider fan. And that's fucked up. That's unfortunate what happened to Dame, man. He tore his Achilles. The fucked up injury. Especially in basketball, dog. Like that's in
basketball, bro.
That's fucked up a lot of careers. You know what I mean? Like, but hopefully
a lot of bad people came back from it too. I think he can come back from it.
He is young enough to where you've seen guys come back from it. So hopefully he can. You know, being a Raider fan that he is, hopefully he can, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So shout outs to Dame, man. Damian Lillard, man. But like I said, he's probably not coming he probably ain't coming out. He's probably not gonna play all next year, bro.
Yeah, he had it too late.
Man, we got
solid
AOC
year.
in the building now. We got AOC in the we got AOC in the building.
Man. Yeah, better get on that damn the film study.
That's fucking
Go
that's
get some
Gravy's
weight.
homie right there. Nah, that's Gravy's homeboy.
Go get some speed technique going, bro. Go do some high knees or something. Get yourself going.
That's Gravy's homeboy right there.
Yeah, Gabe, we gotta go get something to eat right now. Me and Gabe, I'm hungry too, bro. I don't like eating this late. It's not good.
Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours anyway, so you know what I mean. So, but hey, man, everybody, thank you guys for being here, man. Shit, shout out to still the almost 40 in the building right now. I know there was up to almost 60 in the building at one point, but hey, man, shout out. I know it's gonna get a little downtime right now because you know this is the in between now the draft and now the draft, and then it comes to the all the way to the OTAs and then preseason. But like, you're still gonna get shows from us, of course. I'm just talking about like the whole off season type shit, to where like now you're gonna start getting a bunch of rumors too. Like that's why I don't even put too much even emphasis into like the Amari Cooper thing until somebody gets signed now. Somebody gets signed. You know what I mean? Until somebody actually like puts it out that he's actually signed to the Raiders, that's when I'll put more like actually like thought into it. But like there's gonna be so many narratives from right now to fucking the next time now, because people are gonna have to find, people are gonna get bored and people are gonna make up some crazy narratives. So just be ready for anything. We're gonna trade Colton, we're gonna trade everybody by when it's all said and done. You might even get some crazy ass shit to where like they're gonna trade Genty for somebody. Like I wouldn't doubt some stupid shit like that.
You're gonna get 2,000 yards. You start off right.
Just be aware with that shit. You're gonna get the truth over here. Now we're just gonna talk about, you know what I mean, the shit that's going on with Raider shit, and then we're just gonna comment on that type of shit. So we ain't ever gonna be trying to mislead you guys over here, though. That's for sure. So yeah, man, just thank you guys all for being here. That's for sure.
Hey, nah, that's it, man. I want to thank the chat for joining us with this and giving all your opinions and giving us heads up. Gabe, I don't know what got anything coming up just about with us, but something might pop up with Gabe. I want to do my 10 o'clocks again in the morning, but I just got to get better, people. I have to. I can't hardly sit up a lot, so I got to be laying down right now. So I'll get better. It's coming. But have you guys enjoyed that 10 o'clock stuff I used to do? And with the people that showed up, it looked like it was cool. So I'll try to get back at that again, maybe next week. But me and Gabe want to thank you guys for being here and joining us. Make sure to hit all our buttons. Coach Gravy, Raider Gabe 420, and What Up Low. This is Raider Nation Live. Something about all that shit. Hit all their buttons right there, and we much appreciate it. So on that note, Gabe, don't drink and drive. Get in where you fit in. And 1, 2, 3. Raider.